All right, y'all, we are back with another bullish Toshi video. In this one, we are going to be going over some facts that's going on with Coinbase right now, and then we're going to be going over some things that's going on in the community. So there is a lot to cover in this one, but to start off, I do want to point out the fact that people are saying that every single one of my videos is a bullish video. And honestly, as long as Toshi is aligned the way that it is, it's always going to be a bullish video. I was trained to ignore the noise. I don't care about the noise. I don't care about the price. I don't care about the fear and uncertainty or any of that. The most that I care about fear and uncertainty is that I use it to gauge where the market is and when the whales are most likely to move based on everyone's emotions. When everyone's excited, when everyone's happy, when everyone has faith, when everyone's confident in what they're holding, that is not when the whale is going to make any big moves. You need to be broken, and that they need people broken. This is why the poor stay poor, because you have a broken mindset. Without true training and understanding of this market, you're going to be doomed. And this is why I try to give the game that I have to share. That way you can be armed with the education and knowledge that people know playing at the highest level. At the end of the day, I'm very confident in my assessments and the things that I see, because of where I learned it from. I learned it from some of the people controlling certain situations, controlling certain things. So you have to understand the game has changed. Toshi's alignment is so powerful because we've gone from a game where these is kids and a bunch of small groups of people manipulating stuff. So there was something new for them to manipulate every day because they're trying to make as much money as possible. So they're manipulating things, getting all these correct calls, making a few people 100Xs and things like that. And this is how certain people built their reputations, because it was a rigged game and these were some insiders playing and coming up together as a whole. I'm calling stuff sometimes, you're calling stuff sometimes. Oh, let's pretend to be enemies so we can see who get the best calls, and the community is going to gather around us while we fight and see who's getting the best calls. It's like all just a game and a show to get those people rich. And now both sides of those arguments from the past, both sides of them are rich in this bull run. Now all of those same guys are complaining in this bull run because they're no longer the ones in control. So the government is the one in control and they're the ones with the true power. So now, Toshi is aligned directly where the actual power is. And don't get it twisted. It's not about us whatsoever. At the end of the day, this is a system created to control us, enslave us, and have surveillance over us. So the fact of the matter is, you might as well profit if you're going to be if you're going to be locked down. We're all going to be impacted by this. We all are. But there's certain on-rails and on-ramps that's going to be used to build this system. And the system is going to be built. Nothing you say, do, or feel is going to change that. The system is being built. So you might as well align with the system, with the people with the power, as opposed to going against it. It makes no sense to go against it. So that being said, you can either see the vision and put yourself in position to win, which honestly, Toshi is one of the best positioned assets in the world. Not just among meme coins, and among most things. A lot of altcoins are going to feel the pain of trying to actually develop and innovate while being against the United States government and being against the interest of the people, because it's all about control. If they cannot control you, they don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you succeed because they have no control or power over your success. At the point where Coinbase is aligned with the government has some type of control or power when it comes down to Coinbase. Like they're directly working together. You can hit up Brian and ask for something. Like, as long as that connection, that power is there. All right, y'all. So my camera actually stopped working mid me recording, but basically what I was saying is that at the point where Coinbase is working with the United States government, the connection is there. Any type of relationship or control that they need, they have that type of control there. When it was the kids in their mom's basement and stuff like that, coming up, getting rich, scamming everybody, people, they weren't controlling the game then. Now the people who are focused on power, who run this world based around power, is power, power, power all the time with these people. They're the ones steering the ship. And they've been steering the ship the same way the entire time. So if you learn history, you learn how they move and how they operate, you'll understand why you have no reason to be nervous. You just need to be educated. You don't need to be worried. You don't need to be concerned. You just need to be educated. The same trick that they use on the poor people, they are still using the same trick on the poor people. And the poor people are still coming to my videos. Yo, the price not moving though. The price not moving though. I mean, okay, well, keep doing what your ancestors have been doing. That's led to you being in a position right now where you screaming, you know, the price is not moving in my videos. Like that, like you're just going to end up in the same exact place we have continued to end up as a society. Like, so at the end of the day, you can educate yourself on how to play this game, or you can keep getting blindsided by stuff that just comes and hits you out of nowhere. But yeah, that being said, let's jump into it. Let's look at the facts of what's going on. As we can see with Toshi, like look at this, Coco, the leader, big boss CEO, he says it's cool to see the conversations that we're having that will help Toshi transcend from Web 3 to Web 2 as well. Building a brand is awesome. So he's told you the entire time that Toshi's goal is to be a brand, be a household name. And then he moved countries. He had a newborn child and moved countries just to, you know, work with Toshi. More than likely, that's brand building. That's been his only goal. His biggest goal is to build the brand Toshi. He even has Toshi set aside to give his son when he's older. So at the point where you're saving Toshi to give to your son when he's older, that would mean that you're planning on Toshi being around. And the fact that something so big is happening that you're willing to move across the country for it, switch countries for it, I mean, that should tell you, like, the facts tell a very different story than a lot of people who are moving out of fear right now. So yeah, let's look at some more facts. Here's what happened in October. This is Coinbase's October, by the way. The October that everyone, that's been going down and looking very, very bad. That October. Started collaborating with Citibank to build a future of payments. Released our Q3 2025 financial results with $1.8 billion in net revenue. $1.8 billion in net revenue. Come on now. Like that's what Coinbase is doing. Acquired Echo XYZ to further our mission of growing economic freedom worldwide, expanded our commitment to India and the Middle East through a new investment in Coin DCX, rolled out DeFi lending for USDC, giving users a new way to earn more from their assets in applicable markets, partner with Samsung to bring crypto 75 plus million Samsung Galaxy users in the USA. This is huge. Look at this, more people being onboarded. Launched DEX trading to all US users except New York. Explore millions of assets moments after they launch right from the Coinbase app. Apply for a USOCC National Trust Charter, paving the way for innovation and growth and building a modern financial system powered by digital assets. Look at this. They're trying to build a modern financial system powered by digital assets, and it's going to happen. That's what this was created for. It's the ultimate surveillance tool. Like crypto it began as a, you know, that looked like a fight for our freedom, but overall, this was a technology designed perfectly to control. So yeah, like that's why the questions about where it even came from is so prevalent, because yeah, like it's the perfect tool that the government could use for control. So yeah. Hit $1 billion of on-chain loans generated through Coinbase using Bitcoin as collateral. Brought crypto staking on Coinbase to New York. Launched the Coinbase Pay tab, enabling peer-to-peer transactions and allowing Coinbase users to send money to over 100 countries using crypto. XSGD and AUDD went live on Base and were listed on Coinbase, continuing our mission of enabling everyday payments for people around the world in their native currency. Base now has the largest network of social stablecoins across 16 currencies. Rolled out blue carpet for asset issuers and new asset listing experience to increase accessibility and transparency for on-chain builders. Coinbase Dev launched a CDP embedded wallets for everyone building on-chain so builders can integrate self-custody wallets into any app. Released the Coinbase, like look at this, released the Coinbase One card to everyone in the US, enabling cardholders to earn up to 4% in Bitcoin on every purchase. Handed out Clarity in Washington to remind Capitol Hill that crypto voters are watching closely. and we need clarity, while Brian Armstrong met with senators from both sides of the aisle to help create clear rules to protect innovation in DeFi. Coinbase dev gave AI agents access to wallets and on-chain payments via X402 through the release of Payments MCP, seeing the protocol explode in usage. Added a new suite of business protocols tools to Coinbase Biz. Open sourced the Coinbase design system. Okay, back to shipping. All right, so as you can see, look at how huge this is. Look at how much stuff was done and how much stuff has been accomplished with Coinbase. And yet people are worrying. Look at how much work they have put in. Look at what's happening right now. They are putting in a ton of work and accomplishing a lot. And not to mention what's going on with just Coinbase, Coinbase's positioning and them proving themselves as a dominant force here. The Bitcoin had a lot of like crypto as a whole had a lot of positive news as well. So if you think the market is going to dump and just completely go down after all these amazing and insane catalysts, you're crazy. It's more likely that history is repeating itself like it always does and you're being shaken out. This is why everybody knows to prepare for it, even if it's harder to do it if you're already struggling. So yeah, check it out. Let's be real for a second. Remove all the feelings and previous conceptions and ideas and just look at this chart and the data here. Do we honestly think that after 4 years of growth and adoption, that the total crypto market cap is only going to push 40% from its previous high and enter another deep bear market? When we have things like Bitcoin reserves and the Genius Act for stablecoins, which are literally going to be buying US treasuries for backing. Yes, there are a lot of worthless crypto projects, but they make up a tiny fraction of what actually matters. The truth, whether you agree or not, is that this technology has been validated as a huge part of the future of society, and it will be playing a massive role in the foundation of the future. Combine all that with the fact that we are about to enter a liquidity expansion phase. Are you telling me that you think this 40% pump is it? Last cycle, we had none of this and the total market cap pumped 3.2x. Tell me your thoughts. As you can see, so this cycle so far, we've pumped 42%. Last cycle, we had a fraction of this. None. We had none of it, like literally none of it. We had none. We had none of this and we pumped 300%. So at the point where all the institutions and the big boys got to eat too, we only get a 40% pump. Like that's the pump that we get when the big boys is in to eat. When last cycle we had nothing and we got a 300% pump. Like this is what I mean. Some stuff just does not make sense. And the game is obvious. It's obvious what's going on, y'all. It really is obvious what's going on and what's happening. So let's dive into it. Let's really look at some of this stuff that's happening right now. So this is why I say you have to think clearly. You have to have an open mind and you have to understand the game that that's being played, because you're going to be impacted by this regardless. So you can sit here moving out of fear, uncertainty, and making the wrong decisions, or you can accept the fact that you might not know the game as much as you need to and just study up. But yeah, Toshi, I'm not going to miss this one. Just bought more. If we get a true, look at this. If we get a true super cycle, Toshi could shock everyone. At just 0.00068 and a $420 billion supply, a move to 10 cent would put it around a $42 billion market cap, right where Shiba peaked in 2021. In 2021, when there was a significant amount of less money in the space, and Shiba was never aligned with the United States government bringing BlackRock and bringing all this money into the space in the first place. Toshi is. The difference, Toshi is Base's official mascot, built on Coinbase's own chain, positioned to be the next big meme hub. If Base becomes what Solana was last cycle, Toshi could be its bonk or even bigger. And as you can see, this is the reason my man's is continuing to buy. So you can see his transactions. He's constantly buying Toshi because of this. It just makes sense. It's very obvious. We're going to go here. We're going to move here. Base meme coins by market cap. As you can see, Toshi #1. Like all the facts constantly point to Toshi. Regardless of what's happening on a red day, all the facts are constantly pointing to Toshi. Look at this. Same town, new sheriff. Job's not finished. Toshi will always have a friend in me. My man's got a Woody Toshi here. So a Woody Toshi. Woody Buzz Lightyear on the bed here. I just noticed that. Woody Buzz Lightyear. A Toshi Buzz Lightyear. And as you can see, this is some of the top raters in the Toshi community, the same names we usually see every day. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody helping build the Toshi community. But yeah, like basically what we're looking at is we're looking at a time right now where it's supposed to be extreme fear. If you've never experienced this before, it's a lot of us who have. So understand that we've been at this phase in the game. We've mastered this phase in the game. We're used to this phase in the game. And it's a reason none of us are worried. And what's crazy is people are so disconnected and not logical. They don't realize the majority of us not worried and not panicking, we've invested a significantly higher amount than a lot of the people who are worried. So why are you, like, if we are wrong and we lose, we get hit far harder than you. Like those of us who have faith and who have confidence, we are going to be the ones taking a hit. We're going to be the ones taking a much bigger and much more significant hit than a lot of people who just out here who trying to get rich quick. It's like, bro, like you got a few couple million Toshi and you're like, I mean, that's cool, that's great. But a lot of us are in positions to get hit a lot harder. And it's people in positions to get hit a lot harder than me. And this is what I'm saying. You have to just go based on the facts, leave your emotions out of it, because it will stop you from being able to think clear. So at the point where you have people who have 100 million Toshi and you have people who got maybe 1 billion Toshi, and these people are not worried, you need to be thinking, why aren't they worried? Why aren't they sitting here trying to sell or dump and all this other stuff? Because that's the problem. You don't put it into perspective. Like, so you get a couple of $1,000s in, and now you're scared for your life of this money, as if you can't make that again. It's like, bro, like, calm down, be patient, and learn the game. I understand that you won't be happy to take a loss, but you should only be investing what you are willing to lose. At that point, you can keep a clear mindset. You can keep clarity. When you have clarity, you can make decisions based on the facts, not based on your emotions. But there we have it, y'all. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. As always, drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.